In case you were wondering what Frances McDormand meant by the words inclusion writer at the end of her Oscar speech, let us break it down for you. Frances McDormand won an Oscar last night for her incredible performance in the film 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Many called Frances' speech the best of the night, in which she celebrated women in the industry by calling on them to stand during her speech and instructed the men in the room to take meetings with each and every single one of them in order to get more women in positions where there is a lack of representation.
The producers, the directors, the writers, the cinematographer, the composers, the songwriters. Look around, ladies and gentlemen, because we all have stories to tell and projects we need finance. Don't talk to us about it at the parties tonight. Invite us into your office in a couple days, or you can come to ours, whichever suits you best.
Pretty dope moment, right? Frances then concluded her speech with these 2 magical words.
I have 2 words to leave with you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Inclusion rider.
Now, some were a little confused by exactly what Frances meant by that, so much so that there was a huge spike in Google searches for the word pairing. In simple terms, an inclusion rider is a provision that actors and actresses can ask or demand to have inserted into their contracts, which would require a certain level of diversity among a film's cast and crew. For example, an A-list actor who is in high demand and in the process of negotiating their terms for joining a film can use an inclusion rider, that has also been called an equity rider, to insist that, according to Stacy L, quote, speaking characters should match the gender distribution of the setting for the film as long as it's sensible for the plot. NPR's Eric Deggans broke down a largely scaled published data analysis of representation in film, saying, quote, the study, titled Inclusion or Invisibility, Comprehensive Annenberg Report on Diversity in Entertainment, found just 1/3 of speaking characters were female, 33.5%, despite the fact that women represent just over half the population in America. Just 28.3% of characters with dialogue were from non-white racial/ethnic groups, though such groups are nearly 40% of the U.S. population. Just 3.4% of film directors were female, and only 7% of films had a cast whose balance of race and ethnicity reflected the country's diversity. In broadcast TV, 17% of directors were female, and 19% of programs were ethnically balanced. Now, following her epic speech, Frances McDormand told reporters that she just found out about the concept of an inclusion rider last week, saying, quote, and so the fact that I just learned that after 35 years of being in the film business, we're not going back. This is going to be the struggle when it comes to representation, when it comes to harassment and assault. Is there going to be follow-up? Are the contracts going to change? Is the legislation going to change? Will the bylaws of the professional organizations change? I want to hear your thoughts on this, so let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and then click right over here to find out which commercial during the Oscars faced major backlash. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Drew Dorsey, and I'll see you next time.